What's the most inaccurate thing your child has ever been taught in school? So my 7-year-old bounces off the school bus last Tuesday, waving this coloring sheet like it's a winning lottery ticket. 3 little ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, all colored in bright crayon. She's practically glowing. Mommy, we learned about Christopher Columbus today. He discovered America and made friends with the Indians. She pulls out another worksheet. It's Columbus shaking hands with smiling Native Americans, everyone looking like they're at a picnic. My daughter points at it and says, Mrs. Johnson said he was brave for sailing across the ocean when everyone thought he'd fall off the edge. And that's when I knew I couldn't just nod and smile. So I sat her down at the kitchen table, her homework spread out between us. Sweetheart, I started, let me tell you what really happened. I watched her face change as I explained, gently, that people were already living here, had been for thousands of years, that they had their own names for this land. That Columbus, well, he didn't exactly make friends. The hardest part? Watching her process it. She looked at her colorful ships, then back at me. But why would Mrs. Johnson tell us he was a hero? And honestly, I didn't have a good answer. How do you explain to a 7-year-old that sometimes adults teach fairy tales because the truth is too complicated? That night, she asked me to help her redo her homework. We researched together, found the real names of some of the indigenous peoples Columbus encountered. She drew them on her paper, right next to those 3 ships. The next day, she raised her hand in class and shared what she'd learned. Mrs. Johnson called me that afternoon. But you know what? My daughter came home proud. Mommy, she said, I think it's important to tell the truth even when it's hard. 7 years old, and she's already braver than most adults I know.